Well, what's happening is that the Asian nations are trying to get out of the dollar, basically. I don't think there's anything controversial in that statement whatsoever. All the evidence is there. And what they're seeking to do instead, and these are plans still very much in formation, is to have their currencies more based on commodities rather than pure fiat. So quite how they will work it out, I don't know. I mean, I could solve this one for them in an afternoon. It really is not difficult. But, the heart of this, which is the Eurasian Economic Union, which has Russia, China, Belarus, and those stans in the middle of Asia, north of Tibet, if you like. They are talking about a new trade settlement currency to operate between them. And they're talking about it being a mixture of their own currencies and the commodities in which they deal. So there would be presumably some sort of fixing, on this. Now, actually, the answer is very, very simple. And I've shown this statistically, dreaded statistics again, that the answer is very, very simple. Basically, just have a gold fix. I mean, just do a gold fix twice a day if you want. And interestingly, I think that could be the way it's going, because Moscow has announced that it is setting up a new gold exchange to replace the LBMA, which of course has banned the refiners and the mines. So, and Russia's the second largest producer of gold now, only next to China. So, I think they might be going that way. I mean, I think the point behind this is that these Asian nations have been moving away from the pure paper of the West because they anticipate that it would run into problems, and they needed to protect themselves from it. What we have now, I think, is a situation where they're beginning to panic. They can, I mean, if I can see it, they can see it. These guys are not silly. I mean, they're quite smart, probably a lot smarter than us. They can see what's happening. And so what they're doing, I think, is they're moving quite rapidly to try and protect themselves from what inevitably is going to be a financial disaster, in large measure, created by ourselves. I mean, particularly with the war against Ukraine. I mean, sanctions against Russia. What? The largest exporter of energy and raw materials on this earth, and we cut ourselves off from it. I mean, that's got to be the most stupid thing you can possibly imagine. Politically, I can understand it, but no, on any other basis, it's complete nonsense. And that's where we are. We've created this problem for ourselves. But if you're Russian or Chinese, you sit there and you say, look, come on, these turkeys are just screwing this up big time. Do we really want to have, okay, as far as the Russians are concerned, the dollars and the euros in their reserves no longer count for anything. But, they can get rid of it via China. But the only reserve that matters is gold now. No counterparty risk. And I think that that's the way in which it's going. So if you're looking for a return to a gold standard of sorts, I think that's where it'll happen. It's what we're getting is, I think, currencies are moving away from being pure fiat into being, let's say, and financialized. This sort of, if you like, from the 1980s onwards, this gradual trend of declining interest rates has been the financialization of our currencies. That has now ended, and we're now getting into a commodity-like environment for the world's currencies. And that is very, very bad news for Western currencies.